One of the cool things about being a YouTuber is you really can talk about whatever you want whenever you do want to upload a video. And I do a lot of stuff on my own guitars, but this morning I was looking around the wall and I realized there's one specific guitar I almost never talk about on this channel. This is my Dove. It's named Lily, after my late grandmother. I got this guitar when we moved back to New York from California after Penelope was first born. My father bought it for me. And it was in the intention to kind of inspire me to get out and keep playing, because when the baby was born, we stopped gigging pretty much entirely. And I kind of went into a dark place, and, being out of California and whatnot, and not to rehash any of that, but this was bought to kind of give me that motivation to keep playing and to write more. And I love this guitar. I have to say, it is the only acoustic guitar I'll ever need for the rest of my life. And so if I love this guitar so much, why don't I play it more? Well, two-part answer. Like I alluded to before, gigging, as you might know, not a thing here in California for the last year. Secondly, we live in a tiny house, 600 square feet, houses are on top of each other. At night, if I take this out when my kid goes to sleep, she's up every single time. It's simply too loud. But tonally, this guitar just sounds big. It sounds big and open and like a breath of fresh air, especially when you're so used to playing electric guitar for me, what's 95% of my playing. When I switch over to something like this, it fills up the whole room, and you can feel it. It's a really, really, really resonant tone to it. And I think that's part of the reason why the 339 has become my favorite guitar. It feels the most similar to this for, obvious reasons. First, that it's a Gibson. And second of all, because it is a semi-hollow, it has a lot more life in it unplugged than any of the other electrics I have. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Now, unlike a lot of Gibsons, I have no tuning problems with reliability on this guitar. I think part of that's going to come down to I don't really bend the G string nearly as much, which is, the trouble area on Gibson headstock guitars. But overall, it's so reliable. The guitar stays in tune great. I take good care of it. It's a really special guitar. The difference between this and the Hummingbird is the scale length. The Hummingbird is the traditional Gibson scale length of 24 3/4. This is the more traditional, bigger 25 1/2 of like a Fender style guitar instead. But these are absolutely stellar instruments, and a lot of the time I will say things are not worth the money, but something like this, I think you owe it to yourself to at least try one if you can in person. This or a Hummingbird, they're both fantastic. It's all about preference. I prefer the Dove, you might prefer the Hummingbird, but either way, you really can't go wrong. And I'm not a great acoustic guitar player, but when you have an instrument of this kind of quality, and it sounds so good. I don't know how it's going to translate because I'm just using this little Audio-Technica condenser mic, but when it sounds that good in the room, it makes you want to play acoustic. And like I said, I'm kind of a rocker. I'm more of a rhythm guitarist, a rock kind of guy. But this guitar really brings out a different side of my playing, and writing with it is a unique experience. And I really can't wait to get back to it on a regular basis. And I think there's something about when somebody really important to you buys you an instrument, to kind of help you create and express yourself, you have a little bit more of a sentimental attachment to it. And I don't know, let me know if you have a guitar like that. If somebody's bought you a guitar and it's like it means the world to you, or you know, you hold it so dear to yourself and compared to other stuff. Again, I can't say enough good things about this guitar. This is a lifer. It's a real lifer. It's up there with my White Strap and the Jazzmaster as far as guitars that will just never, ever, ever, regardless of how bad anything gets, be sold. So thank you, Dad. It means a lot. But that's where I'm going to end this today. I actually feel the urge to continue playing it. So I'm going to shut down the camera and get back to, you know, the music side of things. If you like what I'm doing, please leave me a like. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe if you have not. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about Gibson acoustic guitars. I think that there's just this kind of magic in them, and they really, really get it right. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow for another gear-related video. Take care.